Can you imagine making music out of what most people consider trash? They are both talented artists in their own right, but together they're making history. Music icon Gloria Estefan and her daughter Emily Estefan are the first mother-daughter duo to create a musical theater production together. Their new show, Basura, is now at Atlanta's Alliance Theater, bringing music, heart, and an unforgettable story to the stage. I had the chance to talk with both of them about this very special collaboration, working together as family.
Well, first of all, what does it mean for both of you to be doing this groundbreaking experience as a mother-daughter duo, which from what I understand, it's the first time this has ever been done.
It is. It is the first time in history mother-daughter have written a Broadway show. We're really excited.
I'm thrilled, and it was secretly my plan all along to just spend more time with her. So that worked, but no, we've been collaborating many years on different kinds of music. And in our musical On Your Feet, the only original song that was written for that show was written by the two of us. It's called If I Never Got to Tell You. So it's just been a blessing. It's wonderful.
You must be so proud.
I am. I'm so proud because she's a musical beast. I'm her biggest fan.
Sometimes the kids were like, I don't want to do what mom is doing or what dad is doing. And for you, following her footsteps, I mean, she's a legend. She's made history in many ways. Must be intimidating at the beginning. I'm sure you've been asked this question a million times.
It's all good. Yeah. At first, it was a little bit intimidating. But when you have a passion in life, I feel like you truly have to follow it. And music is my passion. And the fact that we can do it together and share this experience is something so special that I don't take for granted.
She was a musician from day one, but she was refusing to sing until she was 18. And then it was like, she blew me away. I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
She's amazing. And on the drums, and you were singing just like your mom. And I was talking to a friend of mine, Carlos, who was saying you're like the perfect mixture of like your dad and your mom.
I'm taller. I'm 2
she
inches
is.
taller.
She is, but I'm in heels, so it's okay.
What have you, Emily, what have you learned about your mom during this process that has maybe surprised you? Because I'm sure it's not easy to work together. Or maybe it is. I don't know.
It's not, I feel like we've navigated the challenges. I feel like we've both learned simultaneously what it is to work in the Broadway world, which means usually when you're an artist and you write songs for yourself, you get married to that baby and you don't want to let it go. But in the Broadway world, the story changes, the plot changes, characters evolve, and you have to continuously manipulate the songs, which has been, I feel like, challenging for the both of us.
Yes, we learned that together.
We learned that together. So I haven't learned anything particularly about her, more about this world, which is wonderful. And like this process, even here in Georgia, is an example of that. We're going to continue to change until the show gets locked, which is something that we learned too. They're like, we're going to lock the show. We're like, what does that mean? But yeah, no, just, relinquishing material or lyrics or chords that you are tied to. You just got to let it go and
It makes you
working with
grow, though. It makes you grow, I think, as an artist, because it always is better. We end up with a better thing than we had before. That maybe we wouldn't have gone down that road, but it's really an amazing experience, and it's been great. And I mean, she's been with me 24/7 from the moment she was born. She traveled the world with me. That's why it's kind of hard for me to surprise her, because she's been there in every possible experience. But, we both learn every day.
But I'm sure seeing your mom's ethic and, what it takes to be in the business. I mean, all of that, it's no surprise to you how hard it is to make it in the business.
Absolutely. And harder, I think, for kids that
It is.
have grown up with a parent that has already achieved certain types of things, because the bottom line is the measuring stick is bigger because everyone else always judges you based on something. And she's the best musician of all of us. But
Oh,
that's
Sasha is.
well, true. My grandson is coming up.
I thought you were talking about me. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, you do.
yeah.
Hey,
Other
we'll take
Sasha.
that too.
I'm like, I sing in the shower. Not
Oh, hey.
I can dance all night.
Give us
Let's
a little
do
preview.
it.
Oh, no. La cucaracha, la cucaracha.
Okay. That's your go-to song. Very good. Nice. No, but it's a beautiful experience. I mean, living in music, being able to experience the world through the eyes of music is very special, and we don't take it for granted.
Very good. Let's talk about Basura and why here in Atlanta, because I heard this is more or less, it gives you a sample of the audience. You're able to kind of, like you said, tweak and do different things, see how the audience reacts, if they like it, if they don't like it, if they laugh, and then finally for them to say, we're locking it.
Yeah, well, many of the places that usually do off Broadway or the first, views of shows wanted the show. But we specifically chose Atlanta. First of all, it's kind of like my good luck charm. I performed Reach here in the 96 Olympics. I did Father of the Bride here. We shot it. We were 2 months here. I fell in love with the city. But it's very progressive in the arts. The audiences are very savvy. They have a great facility for our musicians that have kids to have their kids with them because they have a great nursery program and everything. And that's important, believe it or not, for parents and artists to feel free to create. You have things like the Beltline, where they have taken a space that was, a different thing and repurposed it into artistic, venues and sites and whatnot. So we just thought that it was just perfect for our show and to be the first people that got to see it.
I love that. What about Basura? I finally saw the documentary. What an inspiring story. Once you saw the documentary, did you say, we need to make a musical about that? Like, that needs to happen?
She first got approached because Michael Schulman, one of our amazing producers, saw the documentary and then brought the idea to her, who then expanded it to me. Thank you very much.
No other way.
But even like tonight, like she mentions, when you see the actual orchestra, like we're telling a story about people who are actively doing this right now, which is so, so special, especially in a time when the arts programs in certain schools are being undercut and kids don't have access to music or art classes. It's a very, very important story to tell. So when we saw the documentary, I feel like we both were like, wow, this is definitely a story that needs to be told.
Absolutely. And, the landfill happens to be like a secondary character because the story we're telling is about human resilience, about how even in the darkest and most limited circumstances, we somehow find a way to find beauty and create beauty. And the fact that they have made their instruments out of trash because they couldn't afford instruments, even the instruments that they had got destroyed between the floods, ash storms, fires. They're in a very precarious place. It's just such a lesson. And I think we hope that everyone that leaves the show leaves feeling inspired and thankful for everything that we have, and also finds ways to, when the world tells you no, find ways to find a yes
And
somewhere.
also recycle.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think it's harder, and this is just my personal question, I'm big into recycling and coming from a third world country, for people in the United States to kind of understand what true poverty means?
I think there's places in the United States that experience true poverty, but there's always someone helping, or, that even private, mostly from the private sector. There are people that will reach out and save you. In Latin America, it's harder. Sometimes it's a cultural thing, a social thing. And what we want to show with this show is the fact that we are all the same. So I know for a fact that all the weather events we've experienced in the States. There have been horrific floods that flood in Texas that took the lives of so many kids in the camp. We're seeing weather events all over that are disastrous. So they will be able to understand some of that part of it. But no, of course, there are people here that are struggling, and now more and more people are struggling to make ends meet. So that's not the story we're telling. The story that we're telling here is how you rise above.
I love that. If you have to describe your working relationship with one song title, what would that be?
With our working relationship, I think I would
One
choose
song title?
one of the song titles from the show. You mean, or just in general?
Are we gonna scoop
I would-
everybody right now?
No, I would say Mi Tierra because
Okay. I had
she.
one in mind.
But okay.
Tell
but-
us, what
well, yeah.
Rhythm's gonna
Oh,
get you.
oh. Well, the rhythm definitely got her in utero because I was recording the Hold Me Throw Me album, and every time I would sing Turn the Beat Around in the booth, she was literally turning the beat around in my belly. And for the video, I was so pregnant, we had a body double for the body.
Yeah.
But the mic was so close to my belly, she kicked it out of my hand when the music came on because it was so loud. So yeah,
Causing problems from day one.
absolutely, that one goes.
No, I think when people see the show and hear the show, hopefully they'll hear like the better part of both of us. You're going to hear her musical vocabulary in a way that's gorgeous, and my rhythmic, influence in a
Absolutely.
way. And I think that
rhythmic and lyrically.
No,
we,
I
we
know,
work
but
together.
I'm saying like like together we've made something that I feel like is very unique and special.
The
So
perfect balance. It's been an honor having
Thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much.
Come to Atlanta.
Thank you.
Have an amazing time. I
We've
wish
been
you
having it.
success.
We've been having a great time.
More to come for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.